Hello, everyone. Happy Sunday. Welcome. Hello, my name is Terry, and welcome to my kitchen. So, today, we're going to get a little personal today. We've been talking quite a bit about dating and relationships, and there's so much chitter chatter on the internet about this topic. So, of course, I want to put my 2 cents in because I've created this whole cook and chat situation. But I decided to look at it from a little different perspective. So, we're going to get into that very shortly. Today is brunch, it's Sunday brunch. So, of course, we're going to be, having a little cocktail. So typically I like to have mimosas or something of that nature for brunch, but I don't have any champagne right now. So I'm gonna make a play on like a little peach Bellini. I got a bottle of Moscato here that a friend of mine gave me. It's a twist top. Lord Jesus, I can't open it. Let me see. So we're gonna open this bottle. Gotta use these muscles. So to go with our peach Bellini of sorts, um, I pureed some peaches. So y'all know I try to do things more on a healthier side. So for this little peach Bellini type situation, of course, Bellinis are typically with Prosecco, but we're going to use some Moscato wine today. And I decided to blend up some frozen peaches that I put in the microwave for a few minutes. I added a little bit of monk fruit and some lemon juice. And so I made like a little peach puree. If you have brunch at some of the restaurants that offer like unlimited mimosas, they usually do like a puree of fruit as the juice, and that's why people get so lit at the brunch house. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and start this up, and then we have something special as well. Before I get going with that, I want to acknowledge everybody in the chat because we got people here. Who do we got here? We have Celeste. She says this is going to be a good one. Looking forward to this stream. Yes, it is. Who do we have? We have Craig Lamar. He says, I'm here. Hey, Craig. Hey. He's saying hello. Celeste is saying hello. Who else we got here? Brian Mason with Smoke and Talk. Baltimore is here. Thank you so much, Brian, for joining me. Everybody, make sure you check out Brian's uh, YouTube channel, Smoke and Talk Podcast. They're creators here on YouTube. They do a great job. I checked out their live on, I think it was Friday. It was a good time. So make sure y'all check them out. Who else do we have? Veggie says greetings, my love. All right. We got Celeste saying happy Sunday, everybody, and reminding us to please make sure you like the video on your way in. And thank you so much for showing your support. All right. Who else we got in the building? Maggie, the substitute teacher, coming through to show support. Thank you so much, Maggie, for joining. Everybody, please make sure you check out Maggie, the substitute teacher. I rave about her all the time. She is a content creator here on YouTube. She is the queen of the lead attorney mastermind. Maggie is currently in the UK doing some huge collabs with a bunch of huge content creators. So I'm not going to give it away because I want you to go check out Maggie's channel, Maggie the Substitute Teacher. Thank you so much, Maggie, for being here. If one of the mods can drop her link in the chat, I'd really appreciate it. Who else we got? Allie McGordon. She says, we are here, Sora. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you. Who else? Mona is in the building. She says, hello, my sexy is strong and everyone. Thank you so much, Mona, for joining. Everybody, make sure you check out Mona D's YouTube channel. She actually has two YouTube channels. She has one that's personal and one with her children. Mona, definitely go ahead and drop your links. Mona's also a part of the lead attorney mastermind as well. Who else we got? We got Selena Mason. Greetings, my sexy and strong from the Smoke and Talk family. Thank you so much for joining, Selena. She's a part of the Smoke and Talk podcast. Make sure you check them out. I love their content. So yes, definitely go and check them out. Who else we got? What Craig saying? He says, can we get a dessert dish? Yes, we will. I have something up my sleeve. Okay, I got someone else I want to shout out. Peggy G. She says, "Hey, hey." Peggy is Peggy is one of my favorites. She is a plus size influencer on Instagram as well as YouTube. She is a fashion girl. I have been following Peggy for years and years, and we have, rekindled or kindled a little friendship, social media friendship. I'm a huge supporter of hers, and she's also a huge supporter of mine. So make sure you check her out on the Q Train on Instagram. She has all the cute fashion. So yes, that's my girl. All right, so everybody's saying hello in the chat. Cheers. We're going to have a good time today. Before I get started with the topic, because we're going to go straight into it, I got to show y'all something. I know you remember from Friday, I got a special delivery. I had a package delivered from Amazon. It was a gift off of my Amazon wish list that I have here. I actually got the idea from Maggie. So if you'd like to support my channel, there are different ways in the description to support them. One of those, I have an Amazon wish list of things to kind of help me grow my channel and be able to bring more wonderful recipes and things of that nature. So on Friday, I was gifted this induction cooktop from Craig Lamar. He's here in the chat. Thank you so much for the gift. I'm going to open up a new package I received from my Amazon wish list. Let's see. I love gifts, so this is exciting. I feel like it's my birthday. Okay. Keep your gift a surprise. Unwrap your present before opening this envelope. Oh, okay. So, copper-plated measuring spoon set. Oh, these are so cute. There we have here. These are very cute. Okay. What else we got? Oh, wow. This is nice and elaborate. Okay. Oh, I'm so excited. Ah! All right. So, all right. Oh, okay. It is a USB wireless microphone. Okay, we're going to upgrade the sound over here. I have another. Okay, I guess this goes with the microphone as well. And then what else we got? It's another little package. All right. Ah, it's to go with the measuring spoons, copper plated measuring cups. Ah, this was all on my Amazon wish list. So thank you so much. Where's the envelope? I'll open it and then we can get started. Hold on. We got somebody who always want to come in. Okay, so this gift was again from Mr. Craig Lamar. Thank you so much for supporting the channel as much as you do. We really appreciate you over here. Can't say that enough. So thank you. This is definitely going to help upgrade me and the channel and bring y'all more amazing content, which is what we want. All right. So, all right. You want to come say hello before I get started? We have a guest who just has to come and say hello. We have a guest. Hi. Okay. Thank you. Kids. All right. So let's look in the chat and see what's going on. All right. Craig says he loves gifts. I do too. Thank you so much. Thank you. Veggie says, get it. Celeste says, ooh, another gift. Yes, please. Mona is asking us to make sure we like the video. Thank you so much, Mona. Celeste says, thank you for your continued support, Craig. Yes, this is how we grow. Everyone supporting everyone. And just to shout out Maggie again, she is doing some amazing things. It kind of ties into the support aspect. One of the reasons why Maggie has even been able to go over to YouTube and go over to the UK, and collab with these huge YouTube content creators is because of the relationship and the support she's garnered with Lead Attorney. So if it was not for support, none of us will be here. Will be able to grow, smoke and talk. Y'all understand? Like anybody who's a content creator, you understand how pivotal. I can't talk. I've been drinking already. How pivotal support is. So yes, Yvette says, "Good morning, beautiful people. Thank you so much for coming in." Mona says, "Those are beautiful gifts. Thank you, thank you, thank you." All right, y'all. Thank you so much. Y'all continue to go ahead and engage in the chat because we got to get started with our topic. So, making some brunch type food. We're going to be doing a healthier version of onions or sausage and potatoes. My grandmother used to cook that all the time in the morning on the weekend. So with sausage and onions and potatoes, and it was real good. It was real good. So thank you so much. We are going to have, I got an alert on my phone and I need to make sure I see what it is. All right, we got a supporter already here. I think we got, look who we got here. We got Celeste with a $10 Cash App donation for the Sunday stream. Thank you so much, friend. I really appreciate you, Celeste. Celeste is the stream sponsor with her $10 Cash App donation. Well, I'm going to add her to the little ticker here shortly. So, healthier version of our sausage, onions, and potatoes. I'm going to start out by dicing up some little red potatoes. I've already cleaned them, and I'm going to keep the skin on because the skin is good with the red potatoes. It's very thin, so you can eat the skin. Just make sure you wash them very, very well. So I'll be dicing those up while I go ahead and get with the topic. I do want to. Who we got here? We got Jay Sampson, the bruh, saying what's up. Root to the good bruhs. Yes. All right. Yes. Okay. Y'all having fun in the chat. All right. So I'm getting a little personal today, y'all. Getting a little personal today. So dating. There's so many people who have a lot to say about dating in this world. One aspect, we talk about like just the general men and women relationships. And then we also start to get a little bit deeper into like the different populations of folks. We got our, single moms. We have our divorced people. We have our people who've always been single. We have, gay, straight, all this other kind of stuff. And then we have a little community called the plus size people, right? Whole plus size, especially plus size women, plus size and dating. That's a topic that goes on as we all know. I've had my own fitness journey. And really, it's important for me to kind of dive deeper into that so that you kind of understand the context in which we're going to be talking about this. So it's very important for me to like give y'all a little synopsis or a brief little story about me and my life. As far as I can remember, I've always had weight issues. I've always struggled with my weight. As early as I was like 10 years old, I was put on a diet, right? The doctor gave me this little Cleveland Clinic 3-day diet when I was 10 years old. So yeah, weight has always been an issue. I've always struggled with my weight. I'm chopping up the potatoes and I'm putting them in a pot of cold water. We're going to cook them or we're going to boil them first. Okay. So before I go any further, I want to show y'all, because I'm not going to go into too much detail about my issues with weight and all that kind of stuff, because it's not the topic. However, just to give you context, I'm going to share my screen because I have documented my journey, my fitness journey, not only on my website, but also I have documented that on my Instagram. So if you want to know more details about that, of course, my website is taking long to load. Here we go. Oh, because y'all need to see. Your girl be doing some little photo shoots, okay? This is when I was real lean, y'all. So on my website, you can see I have an ebook here. It gives you tips about losing weight, talks about nutrition. I have workouts in here, but here I wanted to show y'all this picture so you can see the difference. Because at one point, at my heaviest documented weight, I think it was about 2014, the heaviest I was 321 pounds. And at my lowest, which is pretty much where I was in this picture, about 160. So I have an ebook on my website. And then I actually you can click here. You can learn all the more about my journey. I talk in much more detail about me and my struggles with weight and all of those things. But I wanted to show y'all a little before and after picture, because this is really what you need to see, so you can understand where I'm coming from and what I've experienced. So here's a little, let's see, so you can see it better. So this is me. The left picture was about 2014 at my heaviest, and the right picture drastically different, about 160. So I've lost weight, gained it, or gained weight, lost weight, gained it back again, lost it. I've had quite a journey. Okay, so again, this is just to give you context, because I don't want anybody coming for me. Okay, so I want people to understand why I feel like I have the qualifications to discuss this topic, because I have seen it all, I have been through it all, and I just want to give y'all my perspective. Like I said, from my heaviest, I was 321. That was about 2014. And then down to my lowest, I was about 160 pounds. And that was in about 2020 into 2021. And then I really started focusing more on bodybuilding. So I've been on both ends of the spectrum. I was a big girl, okay? I was a for real big work girl. And at one point, I looked like I was getting on stage to compete in a bodybuilding competition. So I have seen it all. I have been through it all. Now I'm kind of nestled somewhere like in the middle, okay? All right. So I felt it was really necessary for me to kind of explain my journey, because people like to make assumptions when you start talking about things like this. And I don't want anybody to feel the authority of, you don't know what you're talking about. No, sis, I do. I know all the while. Okay. So I am going to continue to chop up these potatoes. Let's see who's in the chat, because I see some new people there. Who else we got here? We got Matthew. He says, what up? Hey, brother. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining today. And yes, Craig Lamar says, like the video, y'all. I only see 3 likes, but 12 people up in here. Yes, like the video. Like the video so I can go on, because I want to dig deeper in the topic. So make sure y'all get these likes up. Like the video, because we're going to first start talking about my experience dating as a plus size girl. Okay. I want to give y'all the real, the good, the bad, and the ugly. I want you to know it all, because it's important. And a lot of people have perspectives, they have opinions, but like they don't necessarily know from experience what it's like to do both. Okay. So yes, definitely go ahead and like the video. All right. So first I want to start talking about my experience as a plus size girl. So yes, I've always struggled with my weight. It's always been an issue, right? So of course I was a big teen. I was a big girl as a teenager. In my teen years, I did not date much. I'll be honest. I didn't have a lot of boys my age that were interested in me, because mainly I was a big girl. Anybody who has been a big girl their whole life, plus size woman, whatever you want to call it, like when you younger, the boys ain't really hitting on big girls like that. You might see a few of the big girls that have more of a desirable shape, got the little hourglass. In the Black community, we love a thicker woman, right? So you want some curves, you got the hips and the booty and all other kind of stuff. So you might see some girls like that get love, but for the most part, a lot of the bigger girls, they're not getting all that kind of love. It's a very specific type of young boy who would want to date a plus size girl. And I'm not saying it's good or bad. I'm just saying what it is. And then also, I have to say this. I also went to a private school. I started going to an all girls private school when I was 10 years old in the fifth grade. And I was there up until graduation. So my high school experience was not the same as the average person. I did not go to school every day with boys. So I didn't even have the same interactions that some of my peers when I went to college had with boys in school because, again, I went to an all girls school. So I do think that had a lot to do with my dating life as a teen. I think just merely off the fact that the only guys that I actually saw were like my childhood friends growing up. So, and I wasn't trying to talk to them. They were like brothers, right? So it was just like, ugh, whatever. So I wasn't around a lot of like new guys. And a lot of times when I did see guys or meet guys, it was like older guys. Older men have always tried to come at me, whether I was 12 or 37. Older men have always been attracted to me. It doesn't matter. And I especially noticed that as a teen. All right, who we got in the chat? What y'all saying? We got Yvette says, yes, thick thighs saves lives. Okay. Shout out to the thick thigh girls because I got thick thighs. Even as a smaller girl, my thighs still huge. Okay, they just full of muscle. Selena says I can relate. My sexy is strong, and my heaviest I was 330, and now I'm 215. Yes, sis. I heard you talking about this on the podcast, and that's why I was trying to say in the comments, like, yes, I'm here for the fitness journey. I had weight loss surgery because of my health issues, but I still have it. But some I still have. But I feel so much better. Congratulations to you. Shout out to you for doing what you felt necessary to get healthier. I'm going to talk about that a little bit later. So, yes, thank you for sharing your story. And again, congratulations to you. That is a huge accomplishment. Losing that kind of weight, losing the amount of weight that we've lost is a lot. It's different from your little average 30, 40 pounds. Like I lost enough to be a human size. Like I'm literally half my size. So yes, older men in high school, private school affected that. And then didn't really get a lot of attention from boys my age. So that was more so, my younger high school years. All right, I think this is about all the potatoes I'm going to chop. That's enough. Here, let me go ahead and add this to the stream because we're going to be cooking on our what? Cooktop from Craig Lamar. Shout out to him. All right, let me plug this up. This thing kind of makes a lot of noise, y'all, because it has like a fan. So I'm starting the potatoes in this pot. It has it's cold water. So I'm just going to go ahead and turn it all the way up. We just want to boil the potatoes just a little. We're not going to fully cook them in the water, but just some. Get the cooking process started. This is going to cut down. This is going to cut down on the amount of oil that we have to use in our skillet. All right. So then I want to start on talking about college and early adulthood. So when I was in college, that's where like my dating life really kind of started. I went to college in Nashville, Tennessee at Fisk University, which is a HBCU. I'm going to start chopping up some green bell peppers. I'm actually going to dice these up because I kind of want this to give us a little hash type situation. So yeah, just dicing these up. So when I was in college, again, I was still a bigger girl, but I did start to get more love from men. I met men everywhere, honestly. This was like the beginning of online dating. So I tried that out, met guys, of course, in public, just met men everywhere. Still a lot of older guys. The quality of men, it was up and down. It really just depended. There wasn't a shortage of men, I'll say, but it wasn't necessarily like a huge selection either. It was really more so like who deemed plus size women attractive. That is what I found myself dating. Some of those experiences were okay. I'm not gonna say it was amazing. I didn't get married, so It wasn't the optimal outcome, but it wasn't like terrible experience. It was more so just a lot of learning for myself and like just what dating looks like as a young adult. Um, then I kind of, oh, I also want to note that because this is going to be a reoccurring theme, just so y'all know. Um, Most of the men that I found, and this is when I was in college, it was always a heavy emphasis on having a physical relationship. And so y'all read between the lines there, you know what I mean. This was definitely a theme, a reoccurring theme a lot, early college. And I went to college, just for reference, I went to college between 2003 and 2007. So, yes. All right. So, there we have our green bell peppers. I'm going to go ahead and chop up an onion. I had it resting in some water. Hopefully, that stops the onion from making me cry. Here, let me put this away. So, I had my daughter. I had my daughter when I was 25 in 2011, so 12 years ago. And I didn't date during, because me and her dad, we did not stay together. So the latter part of my pregnancy, no. And the first few years of motherhood, I did not date at all much. While I lived in Oklahoma from 2010. Location matters. I'm just going to point that out when it comes to dating. I really wish that people would talk more, whether you plus size, smaller size, whatever. Like your location definitely matters when you're dating. So just keep that in mind. So I did not date much. I lived in Oklahoma from 2010 to 2014. When I moved to Phoenix, I started dating more. My dating life changed drastically when I moved to Phoenix, but my life also changed drastically when I moved to Phoenix. All right, this is all the onions that I want. So I'm going to go ahead and put those in a little container. So we got our onions, we got our bell peppers. I'm going to chop up a little garlic, and then I'm going to show y'all what type of sausage we're going to use. Y'all can see these potatoes, they starting to boil. Once they start to boil, I'm going to turn them off, and then we're going to let them drain. But always remember, my eyes are trying to water, y'all. Always remember to start your potatoes with cold water. All right. So, okay, y'all in the chat, y'all chatting it up. I love the engagement. So, didn't date, moved to Oklahoma. Where I live at? Phoenix. I moved to Phoenix in 2014. My dating life changed drastically. My life changed. I started working on my fitness pretty much as soon as I got to Phoenix. My grandmother actually told me, I was sitting in her room. My grandmother at this point was completely wheelchair bound and she needed help all the time. Even to, wash herself, clean herself, dress her. We all had to do that. And my grandmother told me one day, girl, you need to get that weight off of you. And from there, it was like my mission to hopefully and finally get this weight off. So Celeste is asking a question. She asked, why do we need to start with cold water? I'm going to be honest, that I don't know. This is just how I was taught from my grandmother. I'm not a chef. I am not a trained chef. So I know a lot about food, but some things, some of the technical reasons, I really don't be knowing some stuff, but I will share everything I do know. But when I learned to cook for my grandmother, she said you always started off from cold water. So that's what I do. Honestly, it probably helps cook them better. It helps cook them slower, most likely, because it's not starting out with like straight hot water and you could potentially overcook them. I can see that. So just that's my assumption based off what I do know about food. But grandma taught me that way. That's all I can say. All right. So my grandma told me you need to get that weight off of you. So that's when I really started my weight loss journey. And I lost a bunch of weight. So between 2016 and 2017, I lost a little bit over 100 pounds. And I noticed a difference almost immediately. Like my life, when it comes, I will say this: there was an upgrade in the type of men that I was attracting. Um, I felt like I was able to date men that I actually found more attractive. Not to say that before I wasn't attracted to the man I dated. That's not true. But like I was getting closer to like my ideal man in terms of a dating perspective. All right. These are okay. I'm gonna let them boil a little bit because I don't want to have to put too much grease in them. All right. So let me chop up my garlic. I'm just gonna mince up about 4 cloves of garlic. I do have garlic powder and onion powder. Ooh, turn this down a little bit. I do have garlic powder and onion powder. So we will have additional flavor in the food. Y'all know I love fresh garlic. Please, if you are going to use fresh garlic, go ahead and buy I'd prefer you to buy the garlic that is uh, already peeled as opposed to buying the jarred minced garlic, only because they have to add in preservatives to make sure it doesn't spoil, because garlic can spoil very fast. And so, because of that, it just slightly changed the taste. You still get that garlic flavor, but it's not the same as fresh garlic. So just keep that in mind. So yeah, upgrading me and y'all. Like I'm not about to sit here and lie. It was um, more options, better quality of men. However, I have to note, I still encountered a heavy emphasis on physical relationships. I did. Uh, it was more men trying to, see what I was about than see what I'm about, if you get my drift. So yeah, I'll just say that. I'll keep it there for right now. I'll keep it there for right now. And then also like that, I will say like things started to get a little bit more complicated in terms of dating as well. Uh, I feel like I had a lot more negative experiences that those first few years of being a smaller person. And it's a lot that probably has to do with that. All right. So for our sausage, we're going to use some turkey sausage, smoked turkey sausage, as opposed to like the beef or the pork option. Smoked turkey sausage will be much leaner. So this is how we're going to help this or make this be more of a healthier version of sausage and onions. I'm actually going to use all of this smoked sausage because I want a heavy emphasis on protein and not necessarily a heavy emphasis on the potatoes. So I really wanted to half it and then quarter it so that we can have smaller pieces. I'm going for like a little hash situation, hash. So that's why I'm cutting everything up into like cubes and dicing everything. But you can cut it up however you see fit. I just want to have more of a cubed little situation. So yes, the my dating life got a little bit complicated. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I experienced some crazy stuff. And I'm like, in my head, I remember thinking, like, I thought dating was supposed to be easier now that I'm a little smaller. God, dog, like these men be out here saying all type of stuff. Just the lies and deceit that I encountered was wild, okay? Wild. And I really do. Like, don't get me wrong. There were pros and cons. There were definitely pros and cons. Um, it More options, definitely more options of men. Uh, More men approached me. I had more encounters with men in public in terms of like men just talking to me. And that kind of goes into my next topics. I don't want to get back too deeper into it, but it kind of goes to my next point. But I just want to make it clear that, like, even though I had an upgrade in the type of men that I encountered when I lost weight the first time, um, it wasn't necessarily always that positive. It was just more options, literally just a higher number of men that I had access to. So keep in mind, like life was going on, of course, when me trying to do all this dating. So life happened. My grandmother actually died in 2017. I had a lot of life changes. And so I definitely went through a season of my life where it was kind of dark. I'll be honest and admit I definitely was depressed. And so weight gain, it happened. It got the best of me, and I gained almost all my weight back. Not all of it, but like over half of it back. So that was that. Finally decided to get that off of me. Worked with somebody, changed my life. My business happened, and boom, like I'm in the healthiest I've ever been. I'm like looking like a bodybuilder. Just craziness, right? And again, I could see the difference in the men that I've had access to. Even bigger of an upgrade of men that I was dating or I encountered. Um, I think a lot of this was contributed to my age. I was more mature. Uh, I had experienced life. And so I was pretty clear on like the type of man that I'm willing to entertain and who I'm not. So I think a lot of that has to do with it. All right. Let's see where our potatoes at. Okay, this is perfect. It's just a little, it's soft, but not too soft. So I'm gonna turn this off and I'm gonna drain our potatoes. All right. Let me wipe this water off of here, y'all. And then we're gonna cook our sausage and potatoes on a cast iron skillet. All righty. All right. So it starts at 220. So I'm just gonna, or 320. So I'm gonna keep it there. Actually, I'm gonna put it on 280 because I don't want it to be too hot. Remember, cast iron holds heat very well. So be careful. Start heating it at a lower temperature and then turn it up because it's easier to turn the temperature up. Once it gets hot, it's hot. So I'm gonna stand here and keep a watch because we're ready to cook. Oh, almost forgot. Because we're eating potatoes, I love to have, my daughter Avery is in the chat. Hello, Avery. I can't pull you up right now, but hello, thank you for joining. So I love to have ketchup with my potatoes, and I love truffle ketchup. So what I do is anytime I'm cooking potatoes, something similar to this manner, I use ketchup. I like to buy the no sugar added ketchup because it's lower in, of course, it's lower in carbs. It doesn't have any added sugar, and it's also lower in calories. And again, you know, we watching what we ate. We trying to make better choices. So I'm just gonna put some ketchup in my little container here. And then I'm also going to add a few dashes of black truffle oil, black truffle infused olive oil. I got this from Fry's. You can get truffle oil pretty much anywhere, y'all. You can buy truffle ketchup if you want, but I like to make things truffle. So, all right, y'all, our pan hot. Time to add the oil. So for today, I'm going to start out with our non-stick cooking spray. We're going to spray that liberally. And then I'm also going to add in just a little bit of coconut oil, just a tiny bit. And then we're going to start with the onions. I actually turn this down to 250 because I don't want it to burn. All right. So yeah, y'all, at my most fit, definitely an upgrade in men. Still encountered men who wanted a physical relationship. Like, I must note that. That is a constant thing, no matter what size I was. Clearly, it was a heavy emphasis on, oh, what we doing, right? What we doing? Something I really kind of want to dive deep into. I want to get a little personal with y'all. So I really kind of want to talk about my experiences as a plus size woman versus a smaller size woman, and what that looked like in terms of how people treated me. I've had this conversation with a few of my friends, um, and this is just, I don't even know what to attribute this to. Um, as a smaller person now, in my smaller body, people handle me so much differently than when I was a heavier person, both men and women. Okay. I honestly I've always been the person who had a vibrant personality. I've always laughed a lot. I've always joked a lot. I recognize about myself, I have like a spirit that, or an energy that draws people in, that attracts a lot of people. So that's always been the case, but it's more so now than ever. I do feel like some people take me more seriously in certain spaces. I think that people are kinder and nice to me. Um, and because I am a smaller person, they don't have those preconceived notions. I really do think that like folks make judgments about folks when they're heavier, whether that's good or bad, it doesn't matter. I'm telling you my experience. I'm not even here to talk about or go behind the psychology of why people treat people a certain way. I just want to know that, like, I definitely feel like my experience in public with people is different as a smaller person than when I was 300 plus pounds, period. However, I have also had the worst experiences as a smaller person. In my most fit body, I saw a lot of emphasis on how I looked, what my body looked like. And as a girl who was kind of invisible to a certain degree because I was heavy, it was a lot to get used to. I found myself being highly uncomfortable with like people constantly commenting on my body. Um, and it was like they were more fixated on that than like me. And again, this is not now. Like I said, y'all, I'm in between my most fit and a fat girl. So I don't get the crazy amount of attention that I used to get, but people do notice things. I got muscular arms and big legs and stuff. So people make comments about my body. But when I was like super lean, oh yeah, it was oh, Jesus Christ. It was both online and in person. Online, I just got men in my DMs saying all type of crazy stuff on some fetish type stuff, because there's a population of perverts. There's a population of perverts that love very muscular women. And let's just say if I wanted to start an OnlyFans, I could run the bag up. I'll just say that. And then also in public, like that is where I found the most negative experiences in public. I have, in my smaller body, I have seen the absolute worst in men. The absolute worst in men I have seen in my smaller body. It There were times when I would be out in public and literally all you could see is my arms and legs, because I like to wear short skirts, and people grabbing me, like just welcoming themselves to me. And it, again, it made me very uncomfortable because that is not something that I am used to at all. Uh, and it definitely at sometimes made me wish, not wish that I was heavier, but miss like that armor that the bigger girl body allowed me to have. And it allowed me to be a little bit more invisible, because this was not attention that I wanted. This is not, I didn't want people just putting their hands on me, both men and women. Literally randomly, I had a woman randomly come up down the street and like wanted to touch on my legs, men wanting to grab on my arms and rub on my legs. And it's just like, I didn't even know you, bro. Like, I'm just buying a drink. Like, why are you all up on me? it was not the greatest experience. It was not. And it made me uncomfortable. And like I said, I had some terrible experiences, a few very negative encounters with men that just kind of put me in again, in that place where I was like, I thought that like maybe I need to be a little bit bigger because this type of stuff wasn't happening to me when I was a big girl. And like it almost took me into like this nasty place of thinking I need to be big um to not encounter that. However, however, let me get my potatoes, y'all. All right. I'm gonna turn this heat up. Y'all, I'm learning still how to work this. And it's interesting how the temperature goes. So I'm going to go ahead and start seasoning. We're going to add in a little salt, some kosher salt, some black pepper. We want black pepper, some onion powder, because you know we black around here and we need our onion powder and our garlic powder. And then I have a special ingredient that I gotta show y'all. All right. So if you've been on my channel before and watched my lives, you've seen me use this Kinder's Prime Steak black garlic and truffle. Y'all, I love truffle, so I'm gonna add in just a little sprinkle because we are gonna have some truffle. All right, I need some more oil, so I'm just gonna add in a little bit of coconut oil because I don't want this to burn. Uh-oh. So just gonna mix that up. All right. Then I'm gonna go ahead and add in our sausage. Make a little in the middle there and let that kind of sit. I'm gonna turn this down again to, I'll put it on 320. We're gonna be learning how to use it. It's the induction, y'all. All right, what y'all seeing in the chat? What y'all seeing in the chat? Y'all silly. We going fast, y'all. That's only 48 minutes. Okay. What does Craig Lamar say? He said, the judgment was real. Yes, it was. Judgment as a big person is, wait, so you lost weight and had the work experiences? The absolute worst experiences of my life. Nobody said dating was easy. Some people think that dating as a skinny girl, a small girl, a fit girl is easier. Everybody looking with the side eye. Yeah, y'all. It was a lot. Mona says, like the video. Please like the video. OnlyFans, here we come. Y'all, no. I'm not trying to be on the internet like that. Yes, grabbing me, all type of stuff, y'all. I wouldn't lie to you. Mona, yes, that was very inappropriate. Very, very inappropriate. Get that bag sit. Y'all on this OnlyFans. Thank you, Mona. I put a lot of work into these legs. You'll be my huckleberry, or aren't you sweet? folks are so out of pocket. Yes. Like touching people, like people touching black folks' hair without permission. Yes, like literally just coming up to me and just touching me as if like I said, here, please touch me. So yes, the worst experiences of my life with in regards to men as a smaller girl. However, I will say this. Keep in mind, this is also during the time where, you know, my dating life improved the greatest, right? So the good thing I can say, because after a few very negative experiences and encounters, I really got to a very dark place, and thinking that like I felt myself getting back into a depression. Let me just keep it real. I really did. And I am an emotional eater to the fact that when I'm sad, I want to eat. And of course, when you are down and you have cravings, your cravings are going to be carbs, they're going to be sugar, because carbs and sugar release cortisone, which makes you feel, or cortisol, which makes you feel better. So it's a whole scientific process to the whole emotional eating. And so, you know, I will say some of the weight that I have gained back, some of the weight was on purpose because, like I said, I'm in this whole bodybuilding part of my life, but some of it was a little more than I bargained for. And I will say that had to do with me having somewhat of a little bit of a depression based on my experiences that I was having, life going on. And I have to say that one of the reasons, or one of the huge reasons why I didn't just start to hate all men and think men are just the worst thing ever was because of a man. Because of a man that's in my life, I was able to, he don't even know it, but I was able to get into a better place and a better opinion, not only about myself, but just about men in general. So I don't want this to be like a man bashing, male hating situation, because even though I experienced those negative things with men, I also had the best experiences with a man as well. So there's that. So those are my experiences as both a plus size woman and a fit bodybuilding smaller woman. Um, which is harder? That's the question. Which is harder? Is it harder to date as a plus size woman? Is it harder to date as a smaller woman? What's the verdict? What do y'all think? If you think that it's harder to be a single woman plus size, put a one in the chat. If you think it is harder being a single small woman, put a one in the chat. Because there's challenges on all ends of the spectrum. And we all know that while I'm waiting on y'all to put your ones and twos in the chat, I don't want anyone to assume, and I'm gonna get to that like being small means something, or that being bigger means no one will ever talk to you. That's not true. I know women who are the fittest of the fittest, and they single as a dollar bill. And I know women who are larger and they're in healthy, fulfilling relationships and marriages. So I really think that it is a very particular person. For a woman who looks like me and has muscles and lifts heavy weight, just like there's a very particular person who would want to date a 300-pound me. It just really depends on who you dating and who you have access to. All right, let's see. We see some ones in the chat. Y'all saying it's harder as a plus size. It's tough for fat guys too. Craig put a one. It that's something that people don't talk about. People love to talk about how people view and react and talk about big women, but we don't want to give the big boys no love. Nobody talks about the difficulties that bigger guys have. They don't. And I mean, now we're in an era of the social media where a lot of these men are getting on social media and they're telling you their experiences and they're telling you what is happening. And a lot of women don't want to admit it to be true, but it is true. I mean, these are their experiences, and we can't argue with someone's lived experience. So absolutely, Craig Lamar. It is not easy for the big boys. But again, I have friends that love the big boys. So it's the same thing. There's going to be somebody who's interested in dating a fit, muscle bound woman, and there's going to be somebody who's interested in dating a bigger girl or a bigger guy. It really just depends on the person. All right. So, yes, I think that the fact of the matter is, when it comes to dating as plus size or dating as smaller size, only thing I can honestly say which one is smaller or which one is harder. I can't really say that it's harder. Really, the only fact that I can give y'all is that as a smaller girl, I have more options. That's true tea. It was just easier for me to find guys. Men are everywhere. Like, I can walk outside and a man could potentially, it's going to be a higher likelihood. I'll say this, higher likelihood that I'll have a man approach me now as opposed to when I was over 100 pounds heavier. I'll say that. So that's the only thing that I can say. However, I'm not going to say it's a guarantee that being smaller is going to make your dating life all the greatest. Keep in mind, I just opened up to you and admitted to y'all that I had the worst experiences in my single dating experience as a smaller girl. But what I will say, the thing that matters the most is like, as a woman, and I can only speak from a woman's perspective, is that I also found that whether I was a big girl or a smaller girl, when I focused on me, bettering myself, building my confidence, that is when I attracted the higher quality men in my life. Because again, I have had great experiences as a bigger girl, and I've also had pretty good, even better and more amazing experiences as smaller girls. So, and the thing is, it was more so about the quality of men I was attracting. And I think that had a lot to do with me, my spirit, what I was giving off, the confidence that I had in myself, all of those things. All of those things. Let's see what the chat says. Craig says, I was 300 and no dates. I'm 240 and I got to carry a stick to beat them off. Oh, he said he need a stick. He need a stick. Barry Bell says, I think the thing with dating while bigger is the concern that folks are interested behind closed doors, but not in public. Then there is the thinking the bigger person isn't worth being serious about. Yes. And that's why I wanted to emphasize, like, I had a lot of people emphasizing physical relationships. I mean, that was the case no matter what, but like, woo, it was definitely, sometimes I felt like some men were on some fetish stuff. They didn't want to date me, but they wanted to see what I was about. And so with anything, I think dating requires a level of discernment. And you really just got to be able to determine what it is that you want. In terms of losing weight though, like, I don't want anyone to think that like I'm doing all of this or saying all of this because I think that you need to lose weight in order to have a better dating life. If you want to lose weight because you want to be healthy. Okay. Like, I can get big into my fitness tip and my opinions about health and being heavier and what that does to your health and all other kind of stuff. If you want to lose weight because you want to be healthy, not because you want to get a man. Okay. Because I can tell you, being a smaller person doesn't guarantee your dating life is going to be amazing. Okay. And there's nothing wrong with having like vanity goals. But in terms of losing weight, again, if you don't have the perspective or the emphasis on health, you will struggle to not only reach those goals, but to maintain those goals. So you got to look at it from like a health focus as opposed to like what you see in the mirror. Although I ain't gonna lie, your girl got plenty vanity goals, right? Even though most people who know me from childhood, they think that I look absolutely fine right now. Personally, I feel quite chubby. So, like, for me, I still have vanity goals, but I had to go through a lot of learning about my health, about my body, about how nutrition affects my body and my health. And it's been a journey. It's still a journey. It is not something that is easy, but we're going to talk more about that in another video. This ain't a fitness video. This is a dating about plus size video, okay? And lastly, I will say this. Whether you 300 pounds or 120 pounds, you got to know what you want. Like, if you don't know what you want, and if you don't know what you're going to tolerate from men or women, your dating life is not going to be fun at all. It's going to be trash, actually. You're going to encounter a lot of negative experiences. You have to be able to put up those boundaries, and you got to be honest with yourself, and you have to be honest with, your suitors out here. There's nothing worse than a woman wanting, and again, I'm speaking from a woman's perspective because what? I am a woman, but there is nothing worse than a woman wanting a relationship, but entertaining men on a very casual level and then getting mad about her experiences. Baby girl, if you don't let it be known what you want, you're not going to get what you want. So I say be choosy as hell when it comes to dating. And I'm not talking about being choosy in terms of what the man got, how much money he make and status and all that kind of stuff. I'm really meaning like being choosy about like how they look at you, how they value you, and if they actually want you. Because I can tell you from personal experience, there is nothing more fulfilling as a woman but than to have a man in your life that values you, that respects you, and believes in you. And all of this is only made possible when you use a high level of discernment regarding the people that you allow in your life. Okay? So that's my perspective. We're going to plate our food. All right, I'm just going to put this in a little bowl. We're going to plate our food. Doesn't this look good, y'all? So we just cooked it here in the cast iron skillet. Got a little char a little bit on our potatoes and our sausage. So I'm just going to add some in our bowl. I should have brought some parsley. If I had some fresh parsley, I would chop that up and add it on top. But look, we going for the old school vibes today. This ain't nothing fancy, all right? So here is our sausage, our onions, and potatoes, baby girl. Baby girl. Woo! All right, y'all know what's next. Let's see. Let's see what the chat talking about. Facts. Just strive to be healthy. Absolutely. Absolutely. What else we got? Celeste, please like and subscribe and share the channel. Please, if you are feeling inclined to do so, you can support me via Cash App, and there is my info there. And date with a purpose. Absolutely, Yvette. Absolutely. Celeste says facts. Craig says you can't always get what you want, but you'll get what you need. I can write a book on that. Yes, Yvette, I am preaching because it's Sunday, girl. This is Sunday service, okay? Celeste says Yvette, right in my head. I was like, she better preach. Come on. You think that's a song? You a song connoisseur? I feel like it. Okay, so we have our sausage, our onions, and potatoes with some bell peppers in there, some garlic. Let me put this for aesthetic purposes, I am going to add this in a new little glass bowl. Okay. What I do? Oh, here we go. Here we go. This is for aesthetic purposes only, y'all. Y'all know I got to put this on the gram. I'm going to put my little truffle ketchup. So remember, we're using some sugar-free or no sugar added truffle ketchup, or sugar-free, no sugar added ketchup, and then we added truffle oil, okay? All right, so take that down. We got our, woo! Hold on, let me refill my glass. Let me refill my glass because it's brunch, right? And then we're gonna taste. We're gonna take a picture, and then I'll get a video. Oh, that's cute, y'all. So if you dating, you can make this for your boo. He or she will enjoy it. And it's a little, better on our waistlines. It's less calories, less fat, and heavy emphasis on the protein. But we got some good carbs in here too, because you definitely want to have carbs as an energy source. And if you're like me and lifting those weights, you need that. You gonna taste? Go ahead and get some forks so we can taste. Okay. All right, because y'all know Avery was upstairs watching me. She came downstairs, she see the food done. All right. Uh-oh. Let's do a little video. Ooh. Come on, brunch. All right. Come on. Let's taste. So that's some ketchup. It got truffle oil in it. This is grown up stuff. You don't need that. All right. Let's taste, y'all. I'm gonna get a potato, some sausage. I'm gonna first eat it without the truffle. How is it? Dang, why I can't get nothing? Okay, here we go. Mmm. Oh, this take me back to my childhood on the weekends when my grandma makes sausage and onions and potatoes. But I will say, grandma's version had a whole lot more oil in it, okay? Yes, we needed oil, but because we had already cooked the potatoes, it was more so about getting a good char and finishing the cook. So didn't have to. All right, look, my truffle. Mm, y'all, make sure you get. Let me show you. You need this in your life, okay? I will admit, I can be a little bit of a food snob. Um, and this is a part of my food snobbery. I will add truffle oil and like some mayonnaise with garlic and stuff to make like a little aioli. Again, we have our truffle ketchup. You can add it to anything. Make sure you get some of this Kinder's prime steak, black truffle or black garlic and truffle. I believe it definitely is at Sam's Club. Girl, it definitely is at Sam's Club, but you might be able to find it on Amazon. I think I have a link so I can put it in my Amazon store. I am definitely going to be, since I have all of these new goodies, thank you to Craig Lamar for getting us our good goodies for our channel so we can upgrade. So I will be upgrading or updating my Amazon store so y'all can go in, check it out, see the things that I have, things that things that I recommend. Also, I have to make sure I know that I don't think I really talked about this. I talked about my journey, but also a part of my journey, it kind of led to my business, My Sexy is Strong. I am a personal trainer, a fitness coach. I'm certified personal trainer and sports nutritionist. So if you're struggling with weight loss and it is something that you really want to accomplish, but you can't seem to get it right or to figure out your way, or you find yourself losing and gaining or losing motivation and discipline and just need some help, connect with me, okay? In addition to my ebook that I showed y'all here earlier, I do offer online coaching. I offer in-person and virtual training. So you can definitely check out my website, www.mysexyisstrong.com, so that you can find out all of the things that I offer, my services, and a few little of my products that I have on sale, okay? So thank y'all so much. I'll fix your plate. Thank y'all so much for joining me for Sunday Brunch. I hope you enjoyed our topic, plus size and dating. Again, it don't matter. Dating ain't easy. Dating is hard. The only thing I can offer to the is it easier or harder to date as a plus size woman. I will say this from my experiences, it was only easy from a fact of being smaller where I had more options. That's it. But I still encountered a lot of the same bull crap that I encountered, and actually worse as a smaller person as opposed to when I was plus size. Okay. All right, y'all. Thank y'all so much for joining me. I got to go see my sorors in about another hour for our sisterhood brunch. So I wanted to have brunch with y'all first. Make sure you like this video. Please be sure to subscribe to my channel. And also connect with me on social media. I have all my links on My Sexy is Strong across all platforms. I will be back live on Wednesday, y'all. So stay tuned for the announcement. We'll make sure I'll tell y'all not only what I'm cooking, but also what I'll be talking about. I enjoyed y'all today. Thank you so much for spending part of your Sunday with me, and you have a great rest of your day. Bye, y'all.